Hi, my name's Samira and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a review, swatches and demo of the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. I know my video is kind of up late, but it is up before the restock. So they announced the other day that the restock will be 18th of July, 8 AM Pacific Standard Time. So I bought this in the first release. It came about a week or so ago, but instead of just doing like a first impressions review like I saw lots of people doing, I wanted to wait a little bit and do a few different looks so I could try some different colors from the palette. Because when you open it up, you can see in here there are so many different colors. You've got your kind of like more neutral tones, your really warm kind of like fiery type colors, you've got your deeper colors, you've got your greens and your purples and blues. So instead of just like, I couldn't use a palette this big, I can't do a first impressions review, and because I can't use even close to all of the colors in one look. I mean, you probably could if you're like super creative, but for me, I couldn't. So I've done a few different looks now with the palette, just so that I can kind of give you a proper review and then let you guys know if I think it's worth you guys picking up in the restock. I'm not good with numbers. I'm going to put the prices here, what they exactly were and what they equated to in Australian dollars as well. But I guess it just depends where you are in the world, your dollar conversion and your circumstances to whether or not you think the price is good or not. So I will leave that one up to you. The box that comes in is just white. On the back you have Jaclyn with her red hair being all cutesy and kooky and her little thing. If you guys want to know what that says, check out my blog post, which I will link below for you. So the actual palette is again white, it's cardboard, it's kind of like a pearly cardboard with a silver Jaclyn Hill logo, Morphe down in the corner. On the back, I actually kind of like the back, it's just like a kind of pale grey Morphe X Jaclyn Hill and JH all over the back. It's kind of cute actually. As many people have pointed out, this is just cardboard packaging. It will mark, it will get dirty. I'm surprised this isn't more dirty yet. I mean, it's starting to get a little bit of like makeup stains on the back and stuff. I do wish it was probably more of a shiny texture so that way you could wipe away fingerprints and makeup and all of that. I'm not quite sure why they didn't use the normal plastic packaging that they have, but maybe make it white or something and then look at getting this printed. I feel like that would be, I don't know, just a bit more sturdy. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I don't care too much. When you open it up, you have, you know, this up here. The palette is dedicated to my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn, which is silver with white writing, and then all of these shadows. A lot of people are pissed off there's not a mirror here. Personally, I don't care. I have only recently started traveling more so for interstate events and stuff. And even then, if I'm traveling, I'm gonna bring a smaller palette with me anyway, and use a mirror in that one. So this one would be a bit hard, and it is annoying because it doesn't like, it just falls, but you can't bend it all the way back either. I feel like I'm gonna break it if I fold it completely under. So I like palettes that either you can control where this sits or fold it back completely. I feel like since this doesn't have the mirror, you should be able to fold it back completely without it feeling like it's gonna snap, because that just kind of annoys me because then I've got all this, so it takes up more space, which is kind of annoying because it is, you know, relatively big. I would like to be able to minimize the space it takes up when I'm trying to use it. I do think that, you know, this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers. It's a bit cliche, I don't know, it's a bit I'm not into like all that kind of, you know, cutesy stuff. I don't think I would write something really cliche like that in there. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'll get really swept up in the moment and something like that, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like I would have liked to see the shade names or something. Now some people did, some people didn't get the little cards that have the shade names on them. I did not. So I do not know the shade names, which kind of pisses me off, especially as a YouTuber. You know, if you guys wanted to see you know, tutorials on any of the looks, it's going to make it a pain in the ass for me to actually be able to say what color is what. But then again, at the same time, if not everyone's received the little shade names, you guys aren't going to know even if I do say what shade it is. So I really do think that they could have almost like mirrored this and put it up here with like names over it or something. I don't know. They could have done so many different things here that would have made it a little bit more practical considering there are shade names. So I'm just going to insert some quick swatches row by row here. If you want to see, you know, brush swatches or anything like that, I'm going to leave down link below some other videos where people have done brush swatches. I haven't done them. I just did some finger swatches just so you could see the shades, because personally, I don't think it really matters. I just swatch things so you can see the color, but finger swatches versus brush swatches, it doesn't matter. It all depends on how it's going to apply on the eye, which is why I did a few different looks and I've filmed them all, so we can just kind of insert some clips over the top here so you can see, you know, how they actually apply to the eye, because at the end of the day, I've had palettes that swatch beautifully and then they apply like total shit, and I've had other palettes that swatch terribly but they apply beautifully. So at the end of the day, all that really matters is how it applies. So the 3 looks I have filmed, the first one is this really warm, bronzy, coppery kind of eye. These are the colors that I'm going to be using in the palette the most. I used a bunch of mattes from it through the crease. They all blended beautifully. I used some of the copper shades on my lids. I don't think I used any of them wet. I don't think I did. And they still applied really, really well. Now I have seen some videos where people have struggled a little bit with the shimmers and they've had to apply them with their fingers, which they think is annoying if they've got long nails. I think that with shades like that, if you're using a synthetic brush, it's gonna pick up a bit easier than a natural hairbrush. So yeah, I kind of would prefer, yeah, more of like that concealery type brush as opposed to, yeah, like a other just normal eyeshadow brush. I don't know. Also, if you wet your brush first with some Fix Plus or something, the shimmers are going to go on beautifully. I didn't find that I did my eyeshadow before I did my foundation, but I didn't find that there was a huge amount of fallout or anything. And since I obviously did my eyes before my foundation, I wasn't even careful. So if you are, you know, careful with applying your eyeshadows after your foundation, I don't see that there would be any problem with that. Next look, I did this really crazy purple smoky eye for the NYX Face Awards. I was a guest there, so I wanted to go all out. So obviously also put glitter over the top of this, but yeah, I had to play with, you know, some different matte transition shades, and I went in there with the purples, which was, you know, kind of out of my comfort zone with the colors. You guys know that I am a neutrals girl, but I wanted to be able to show you how all of the colors applied, and I did not have any issues with the purple shades or anything like that. So I think it looked really good. I had so many compliments on my makeup that night. So yeah, I think it's definitely this palette and the fact that I went ham with glitter. Then we have today's look. I tried to use a bunch of different colors that I hadn't used yet. Obviously I wanted to try all the green shades in this. So this is like very much a makeup I would have done when I was a teenager, minus the cut crease. I could not do a cut crease. The only reason I managed to get a good cut crease today was because I was like, you know what, Casey Rayton always uses concealer to cut her crease. So that's what I did, and it worked really well. So normally I'm not good at cut creases. You guys know I don't do them very much. But yeah, this is probably like one of the best cut creases I've ever done. So I had to play with so many different colors. Now for a palette with this many shades, I do feel like we could have seen a little bit more variety. Now, not much, like I'm very happy with how it was, but let's move over. So I think that, say for example, these two shades look very similar on the eye, I find. I wish that one of them was matte. I don't know, I love having a matte base shade. Maybe she doesn't put it in there because most people might already have, you know, matte base shades, or like, you know, in other palettes, the matte base shade is usually the bigger one, so maybe she didn't think people needed it. But since she was saying she wanted this to be like a palette for everyone, I think she should have had that. These two colors here are really similar. I would have liked this one to be the tiniest bit lighter, just so that there's a bit more contrast between them. These colors, beautiful. Again, these ones may be a little bit different. You guys know I love warm tones, but I would prefer maybe like all of these transition shades are warm. Even if these two were the same, but one was a bit cooler, one was a bit warmer, something like that. I just feel like, you know, today when I was doing this look, that I wanted a bit cooler transition shade to try and blend everything out with, and I ended up using this one, but I would, yeah, these two on the eye look very, very, very similar. So I would have liked to see one of them be a little bit cooler or at least a little bit lighter. That's probably my biggest gripe with the palette. It's just that, yeah, these two are so similar and these two are so similar. So if you're interested in getting the palette, definitely use someone's code to get a discount. Since I don't really care for too many of the Morphe promoters or anything, I just used Jack Attack, so Jaclyn Hill's code. But yeah, if you have like a YouTuber or influencer that you really like who is a Morphe affiliate, go use their code because it will help them out a lot. I'm obviously not a Morphe affiliate. So yeah, that's that, guys. I really do think that this is worth it. I'm going to leave some more info on my blog, which I will leave below. So anything that I forgot to mention here, you know, time zones of when it comes out or whatever, I'm gonna leave that all below for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know below. Did you pick it up? Did you skip on the palette? What do you think? Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, like my personality, anything like that. Don't forget to turn on the little bell notification because YouTube isn't showing everyone up in the subscription feed anymore, so I'm missing out on watching like some of my favorite people. I've totally forgotten about some of them. It's unsubscribing people from other people and all kinds of crazy things, so stupid YouTube. But if you guys want to keep up to date with my videos, please turn it on so that way you won't miss any. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.